What if we just like ended on a couch, just the whole series, with like the audience finding out that you were a ghost and I was the only one that saw you?
It's like the Craig show, like when he just wakes up at the end and like turns out
Yeah.
into a dream this entire time.
That'd be wild. Just the biggest twist ending that leaves fans like gasping, like, what? And then it just ends like that. Like, whoa.
Inception.
That'd be pretty wild. You never know. I don't know. Whenever we do our series finale, like that could be the twist.
Couchception.
Couch.
After 10 plus years, it turns out it was all mirage. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. Yes, we are back on a couch to talk some more sports with you.
Yeah.
As always, I'm Robbie. Kyle's here. How are you, bud?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. Happy belated Labor Day.
Yes. Yeah. There we go. That was this week.
Yeah, Labor Day has come and gone, and school is officially back in session all over the place. Lots of good goings on. You know, it's football season, which I'll get into a little bit more in depth
Yes.
coming up here. Yeah, you sort of
Getting ready for the pumpkin lattes.
Yeah, starting to feel a little fall crisp in the air a little bit, especially in the evening time. But it's good. We're happy to be back with another episode, and also happy to once again have the support of our two sponsors, Diamond Organizing and Wes Woodson. Big shout out as always to them, and as always the links will be in the description, assuming Kyle remembers to put them there.
What? I always remember, Robbie.
But anyway, so a couple weeks ago, since the last time we talked to you, Kyle and I had the chance to attend another sporting event, which
Was that a couple weeks ago?
it was
Sorry,
it
just
was
hit me,
it was a week ago. This past Sunday.
Oh wow.
It was like the Sunday before this past Sunday.
Jeez, like I don't even know where time is going anymore. But yes, no, yeah.
Time goes by so slowly. No, but in all seriousness, it is great to be. It was a great time. I don't know where I was going with that statement, but anyway, I'm gonna do a little reset here. No, Kyle and I went to a Red Sox game. Yeah, like I said, a couple Sundays ago, we had a chance to go to the Red Sox versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. An exciting matchup because it's not that often these days that the Diamondbacks come here to Boston. In fact, before a couple weeks ago, the last time they had visited Boston was 2016, so it had been like 8 years since the last Diamondbacks visit. So we were like, we gotta go check this out.
Good. Well, it's good to see the Diamonds back.
That was the closest thing I had, and I know it's bigger than stronger than a tomato, but hey, But yeah, so we went to the Red Sox Diamondbacks game. Unfortunately, the Red Sox came up a little bit short, losing 6-4. They were leading early in the game, but then kind of gave away that lead and ended up falling. 7-5. I'm sorry, 7-5 was the score. Yeah, because it was 7 when they hit the home run. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So it was at least fairly a little bit close.
Close game, 2-run game. Came right down to the wire. Saw a lot of exciting plays, some home runs, one of which Kyle somewhat called. Yeah, Kyle said he wanted a grand slam, even though there were only 2 runners on base. He's like, "Oh, I meant 3/4 home run," and then sure enough, Rafi Devers on that at bat hit a 3-run homer. So Kyle, I'm gonna say Kyle called that one. He manifested it, but
first and only. There you go.
Yeah, first time for everything. But Kyle, what I wanted to ask you, just taking a look back a couple weeks, just your thoughts. I know it had been a couple of years since you and I had been to a Red Sox game together. Just thoughts on, I don't know, anything, the game, the experience, just whatever you want to talk about.
I mean, it was really great being back. I hadn't been back. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say I hadn't been back to Fenway in a while, but we did go to the Savannah Banana game.
True.
So
True. Yes.
Not counting that, like I haven't been to like a Red Sox game in a while. It's been like maybe about a year or so, and
2 years. Well, I mean, unless you went, did you go? Because the last time you and I went was like May of 2022.
Oh, was that long ago?
Yeah, because Memorial Day weekend of 2022, I remembered.
Oh. So just a little over 2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think that actually was the last time I went. So it was kind of nice being back, and I really liked the seats that we had. Like we
were kind of right down the right field side.
Yeah.
Could see everything. It was pretty good.
It was cool. It was just a night, and it was also like on top of that, it was just a really great afternoon to go.
Yes.
And we picked a good time. Like we actually ended up having lunch over at the Timeout Market, which is super amazing.
I think we may have mentioned the Timeout Market before in a previous episode, but if we haven't, highly recommend the Timeout Market over by Fenway. It's just great because it's got all these different it's kind of like a giant food court in a sense, and it's got all these different stands of different types of food that you can go get. I mean, it's got Mexican, it's got pizza, it's got lobster rolls, barbecue, donuts. I mean, they have donuts. It's just you really can't go wrong there. So yeah, if we haven't already, big time recommendation for Timeout Market over by Fenway, like I said.
Yeah, and it's honestly if you go before a game or any event over in the area, whether it's like Fenway Park or even like House of Blues or anything like that, it's really not that bad of a walk to that area because it's probably maybe like 5-10 minute walk.
Oh, if that, yeah. I mean, it's it's literally right on Brookline Ave, which also Fenway Park is right on. So
yeah, so that was nice.
Yeah. No, it's perfect. And honestly, it's also a very convenient walk from the T as well. If you just get off at the Fenway station, just literally you walk up this little path and you're there in less than 5 minutes. So
yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. No, just another really enjoyable pre-game dining experience. So
as always.
But yeah, just in terms of the game itself, any other thoughts? And yeah, like you said, the weather was terrific.
I mean, I will say it was funny because I got there a little after Robbie did because I was kind of munching on a donut because I couldn't help it. I was like, I'm addicted to those donuts that they have over there. It was a nice s'mores that I had to. But when I got there, I was actually able to kind of pick up a nice Dell's too. So that was a great way to start the game. Just right in the seat, Dell's lemonade in the hand, and that was, oh my god, that was. Yeah, I love Fenway for the games, but I also love their food experience as well. So it's kind of nice to have the cool options.
Nothing wrong with that. They definitely have a lot of abundance of food choices, and most of them are very good choices. So you cannot go wrong with Fenway food, either inside or even or outside the park, the different food takeout restaurant places right around there, the Kenmore Square Fenway area. I mean, it's. If you're looking for food in the Fenway area, you usually don't have to look far at all. So
no, it's nice. It's just and the game itself was just it was nice to kind of see I always like seeing a close game, even if they lose. It's just kind of worth it just seeing because I know we were kind of worried. We're oh, this could be a blowout. We don't know what's going to happen. But you're right. They actually did start pretty strong, like you said. And it was nice to kind of see, the two teams. You really didn't know. It really did come down the wire to the very end. It was kind of cool seeing who's going to win. And so I thought that was a nice tension in the game there. So
no, it was just a really, I mean, I've never really had a bad Fenway Park experience per se.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
I mean, it really is always win or lose, always a good take. And this was no different. This was a really good game, a really fun atmosphere, good crowd, just good everything. So as always, I will take the all day long. Yeah, obviously it would have been nice if they had won, but part of it is just the fun of going with your friend, or even sometimes just going by yourself just to see a game and take in that atmosphere. So either way, we had a great time, and can't wait for the next time.
Hell yeah.
Next time we get to go back to Fenway for whatever that event may be, because if you know Fenway, you know that it hosts a lot of different events at times. I mean, you think back over the years, it's hosted, obviously baseball, Red Sox games, but also non-Red Sox baseball games like the Bananas and college games and high school. It's hosted like soccer, it's hosted football, it's hosted hockey, it's hosted, I mean, just all sorts of different events that you could, concerts.
I gotta go there at some point for the concerts. But so actually, it's funny you mention all that. Like, one of the things I heard about that Fenway just did recently was they actually showed the original Star Wars movie, like A New Hope. And like it was just a whole crowd of people, like, watching it like a baseball game on the big screen there, and it was just kind of cool seeing so I didn't go there myself, but I knew some friends that went there, and just seeing all the pictures, like everyone kind of dressed up in the Star Wars gear, bringing lightsabers, like I was like, wow, I should, yeah, you're right, I should check out some more of those events, like that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, like I said, so in my life, I have been obviously to baseball games there, and I've also been to hockey multiple times. I've been to a soccer game there. I've been to multiple American football games there, both college and high school.
Oh yeah, because you and I went to the Wellesley one that one time.
Well, yeah, you and I both went to, but I also took you, I remember, to BC Yukon football at Fenway a few years back.
That's right.
But so I've been to those. I've been to a couple concerts there. So I mean, actually, what was really cool, I got to last year, like right around I was actually at Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah, I got to go on the field at Fenway to help run a flag football event for a organization that I'm
that's cool.
a part of, and we got to actually run a flag football event on the Fenway field, which was pretty awesome. So
nice.
Doesn't get much better than that. But yeah, I mean, any event you go to at Fenway is just a very special experience, and very happy that this was my 6th Red Sox game of the season, my 7th total event at Fenway this spring, summer.
Cool.
And I'm sure there will be many, many more for me to come in the future. So nice. Like I said, it was a good time. And you got anything else you want to say about it?
No, I think that sums it up pretty well. So.
Cool. But another very good experience at Fenway Park for myself and Kyle and the On a Couch crew. So, with that being said, sort of time to move on to the end portion of our episode. And one of the fun parts about this time of year for me is I get to do my favorite fall/early winter segment of the Robbie's favorite / fantasy football recap. That's right. If you have not seen an episode before or seen a Robbie's football recap episode before, I basically recap the week that was for my 3 favorite football teams, one from each level: high school, college, and professional, and also from any of my fantasy football teams. So it's a fun segment always each year. And by the way, be on the lookout, because some weeks, even if we don't film an actual On a Couch episode, I will be posting Robbie's football recaps on the channel during those off weeks. So definitely keep an eye out for that. So just to sort of set the scene, my 3 favorite teams that I recap are Wellesley High School football, Boston College football, and of course the New England Patriots. Now 2 of those 3 teams have not started yet. Actually, the two that have not kick off this, no pun intended, kick off this week. Wellesley High opens tomorrow night, actually, from when we're recording this. They open at Framingham for their season opener tomorrow night, so best of luck to them. And the Patriots open up on Sunday afternoon against the Cincinnati Bengals, so also good luck to them as they begin another season and a new chapter officially with new head coach Gerard Mayo and starting quarterback Jacoby Brissett. So remains to be seen what this Patriot season will look like. But one team that did open up their season this past Monday, actually on Labor Day Eve, was Boston College, who actually is beginning a new chapter themselves under new head coach Bill O'Brien, who last year was the Patriots offensive coordinator. So a little bit of a segue there. I don't mind blown. And you're not going to believe this, folks, because I couldn't in the moment and still am having a hard time believing it. They actually won their season opener. The Eagles went down to Tallahassee, Florida, the number 10th ranked Florida State Seminoles, and came away with the victory, 28-13. The Eagles, from the start, looked really sharp, played really well, and took the lead early and never looked back, and were able to upset the 10th ranked Seminoles to win their season opener. So really, really excited for the Eagles. Just an awesome way to begin the year. And so the Eagles, again, are 1-0. And now will set their sights on their home opener this coming Saturday as they host Duquesne University on Saturday afternoon. And obviously being a proud season ticket holder for BC football, I will be there for the home opener on Saturday afternoon. Can't wait for hopefully a second victory of the season. And
very nice.
Yeah, so good start for BC, and hoping for a good start for Wellesley and the Patriots this weekend, and my fantasy football team, which as well will have their week one this weekend. So again, stay tuned next week. At some point I will be posting a recap of a truly first full Robbie's football recap of the season come next week. So
nice.
With that being said, now I want to turn over to Kyle for what is, again, always a riveting segment of the Stooge Review. So Kyle, please take it away.
All right. So I had the fortune of seeing some pretty solid movies this summer, and I had it's been a while since I've done one of these, so it was kind of hard to pick which movie, because I feel like there were a lot of great movies towards the end of the summer, like Long Legs and Deadpool and Wolverine, and but there was one that really stood out for me as well, and this one I thought I actually ended up seeing twice in theaters because I did really enjoy it. And I'm a big fan of this entire franchise as well. And I'm sure you guys can guess, Alien Romulus, the newest entry in the Alien franchise, which actually, just so you know, just in case you guys are, because the timeline's a little confusing in the Alien franchise. You don't really, there's always like these 50 and 200 year jumps that the movies always do. But this one actually takes place between the first and the second one. So, and I think it's like there's like a 30-year difference between this and the first one. But luckily, you don't really have to see the first one to get this. It kind of it works on its own. So it works as kind of a movie, like an entry where it helps to know certain things about the first one and even some of the other movies like Prometheus. But also, even if you come into this franchise not knowing really what the Alien franchise is, then you'll be fine. This movie catches you up, and it presents a whole new set of characters, so you don't have to worry about like catching up with the other movies in order to get everyone's backstory. Nope, we're kind of starting with a clean slate with all the characters. I thought they did a really good job at kind of setting them up. This time, so before the franchise has kind of done different types of genres. Like we've had like it's always kind of done sci-fi, kind of sci-fi horror, but they also kind of mix in sometimes a little bit of action. They do some more drama, like prison drama with a third one. And this one was kind of I liked how it was a mixture of sci-fi action horror, but also with a bit of a heist kind of vibe. So it's literally follows these group of teens who live in this sort of like poverty-stricken area run by the company Wayland Yutani. And what they do is in order to get kind of their big break so that way they can move to a planet that has much more resources for them, and they decide to kind of steal goods from this kind of abandoned space station floating above the planet. And, abandoned space stations are never a good idea in this franchise, but we follow them anyways, and they go right in. And, of course, they say, oh, it'll be a quick in and out, 30 minutes. You don't even have to blink and we'll be done, but it's an alien movie, and that's not going to happen. So it was just kind of fun. The first half of the movie really did have a kind of a fun heist movie kind of vibe, and you're really following the characters. And it referenced kind of the first and the second movie in the way they use like the technology. So it was kind of fun seeing how they kind of integrated that sort of like 80s-ish sort of sci-fi technology into the heist. But then, of course, when the aliens come in, it's great. It's very scary, and they use a lot of animatronics. The effects are incredible. And the cast this time, I thought, you really do care about them. And especially the two main characters who are kind of like, they're almost like sort of like, they have this kind of like sibling sort of dynamic, which is really cool. I don't want to spoil too much about the characters because you find out more about them as the movie goes on. But it's just a really cool story, really great setup, and they do a great job with like just the alien moments, and it's a good it's a franchise that, or it's an entry that does enough to kind of it gives you the callbacks from the old movies, but they don't rely on them too much. There's enough kind of new stuff to keep fans old and new interested as well. So I liked how they kind of did that mix. So yeah, if you guys are looking for just kind of a fun movie, if you don't mind being scared a little bit, it's not the scariest movie I've ever seen, but if you don't mind being a little bit creeped out here and there with the aliens and the xenomorphs, if you will, then I definitely recommend Alien Romulus, and I hope that this movie gets a sequel, or maybe a trilogy, or just an ongoing series. That'd be great. So yeah, so that's my review. So definitely check it out if you like the Alien franchise. There we go. Oh, and Robbie's a bit scared. I get it. The xenomorphs are scary. They explode acid, and you don't want that to get on you. So I get it. I don't know if the pillow's going to do it, but
Is it over?
It's over.
Can I come over? Can I come out here?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. The aliens are gone.
Okay.
We're good.
Well, thank you, Kyle, for that review and also that nightmare. Anyway.
Hope you guys can sleep tonight now.
Yeah. Woo! It's a big old fashioned But in all seriousness, as always, you should listen to this guy. He's the Suze and he reviews.
Yeah.
But anyway, that does wrap it up for this week's edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. I want to thank everybody that tuned in. As always, want to thank, again, Zion Organizing, Wes Woodson. Thank you for the support, as always. Big shout out to both of you. And as always, guess what? You can find us, as always, here. I don't know why I keep saying as always. I've said it like 4 different times now. As always, I say as always.
There you go.
But you can find us here on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, or X, as it's called now. I refuse to call it X. Instagram. You can find us everywhere. But don't find us in real life. Please, folks. We don't need stalkers.
Please no.
And we're not that interesting people anyway, so you really should pick better people to follow around here if you're going to follow us in real life.
Yeah, we're boring. We're going to bore you.
We're really... We lead very dull lives, so you really don't need to follow us around, if just for your own sanity, if nothing else. But yeah, hey, listen, thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, that's Kyle. I'm Robbie, and this has been another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. Until next time, we will see you next time. Bye, everybody. Nice.
And then you find out that there has to be some crazy twist for me too, though. Like that I was just like, I don't know, like maybe that I was like controlled by like a little alien like inside my head. Like I'm not a human really. I'm just like an alien the whole time. And like you find out like Robbie's a ghost. He like disappears and then my face just like opens up and then the alien just like waves and then boom, credits.
That's crazy.
That would be the two craziest twists of all time, right?